Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am shooting a life update video. I literally just got home from work. My husband is out of town right now and I felt like talking to you guys, so I'm gonna do that while my dinner is in the oven. I still need to put it in the oven, don't tell anyone. Obviously, as the title states, I am going to go ahead and tell you my big job search story that I had. In my last life update video, I told you guys I was totally happy with my job. I work at a grocery store and I love it. I love the people I work with. I love the environment I'm in. Side note, don't mean to distract you, but I totally have like dead skin flaking off on my nose right now, so please ignore that if you see that. That's what that is. My bad. I was super sick recently. I am still very, very satisfied with my job. I'm still uberly happy with my job. I'm still just as pleased, if not more pleased, with where I work. The only issue I have with where I'm working right now is that it's not a hair salon. I am a hairstylist, it is my profession, and I was really kind of ready to get back into that world. I was definitely looking at salons and I was applying to a lot of places, not a lot. I was applying to a couple of my favorite salons around me. I've only been here for about 8 months now, I think, so I had one in mind. I'm trained through Aveda, so I applied to the biggest Aveda salon that is like right next to me. And basically what happened was I applied on January 19th. For those of you who don't know, I have a mind for numbers. I just remember numbers, so I know I applied on January 19th. And I was very optimistic about it. I was very excited. When they called me for an interview, I was like over the moon. I was like, yes, this is so exciting. I could actually end up working here. This is great. But obviously things didn't go that way. What ended up happening was through the time span of, from January 19th until I'm shooting this in the beginning of April right now. It'll probably go up somewhere near the end of April. I have to shoot my videos early because I have a full-time job, spoiler alert. But in the time span of about 3 months, which is a really, really long time for me, that's how long it finally took them to make an offer for me to work there. What I had to do was I had to take 4 models in for hair color. It's a departmentalized salon, which means you pick whether or not you want to do cut or color. I definitely obviously wanted to do color. Color's like my thing. It's what I feel super passionate about. I'm good at cutting hair, I just don't care about it, to be totally frank with you. It's just not something I really care about. If I do a good job or do a bad job, I feel the same. But with hair color, if I do a good job, I feel excited, I feel encouraged, I feel motivated. If I do a bad job, I'm like, how can I make this better? This can never happen again. And I just don't feel that way about hair cutting, so I was really excited that this salon was departmentalized. However, that's kind of where the excitement stopped for me. I went in for an interview and I shadowed, which means I hung out for a few hours around the salon with one of the colorists. And honestly, it just didn't live up to my expectations. It wasn't as clean as I wanted it to be. The girls weren't really friendly and outgoing. They didn't all seem to get along. And in the short time span that I spent there that day, there was a lot of negative talk going on in the break room, which is something I really, really strive to distance myself from. I'm not one to gossip. I'm not one to talk badly about each other, and I'm not one to just dwell in the negativity. So that really put me off from the get-go. After I came home from that interview, I told my husband, I was like, you know, I just like expected myself to be more excited, and I'm not excited right now. I'm not motivated. I'm not dying to get in there right now at all. Which, like I said, was kind of unexpected. I was expecting to be like pumped up about it, but I went home just kind of feeling indifferent about the whole situation. As I said, I had to bring in 4 different hair models for hair color, and I did so successfully, which by the way wasn't easy. Well, first off, I don't know anyone except for my coworkers, so they were pretty much all my coworkers and my mom. Secondly, they kept being very... Sorry, I'm just not realizing how much highlighter I have on. I think I went a little bit crazy today, y'all. I'm sorry, I do that sometimes. I think they just were kind of really unprofessional about the whole thing. They told me, okay, well, bring someone in Wednesday at this time. And I'd say, okay, I coordinated my schedule and her schedule. We're coming in Wednesday at the time that you told me. And then they would say, oh no, wait, actually so-and-so has a doctor's appointment that day, so she can't do that Wednesday. And I'm like, okay. Like, why did you tell me to bring them in that day? Now I have to like rearrange, like I'm coordinating your schedule, my schedule, and my model's schedule. It's kind of like hectic. And that actually happened 2 times to me in the scheduling process, where they told me a certain day and a certain time and I booked a client for then and they told me, nope, never mind, can't do that day. I was kind of dealing with a lot of little unprofessionalism things like that throughout the way. As well as I had to keep going through HR. That's who I was talking to the whole time to set all this up, not the girls at the salon. I wasn't talking to the salon manager, I was talking to their girl in HR. And honestly, she was just really kind of, I hate saying this because I don't know you, but she was really bad at her job. It took her way too long to get back to me to tell me what kind of models I needed to look for, what I was even asking people to come in for, which obviously I need to know. If I'm asking, hey, can I do your hair color? And they're like, okay, well, what do you need? And I'm like, I don't know, we'll like figure it out. Like, people aren't really cool with that. I need to know what I'm looking for. So I dealt with a bunch of unprofessionalism right up front, and then it kept kind of getting worse. I went through this whole process of bringing in all the models, and then they made me take a super long test. Like, it was, I'm not even exaggerating, it was like a 30-page test about hair color. Kind of really odd and just strange. I have no idea what that was about, honestly. Then on top of that, they finally made an offer to me. They were like, you know what, we really loved you, the girls loved you, we would love to hire you on for $7.50 an hour. And I was like, I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry. Just to speak totally bluntly, I cannot pay my bills making $7.50 an hour. Like, I am not 15. I do not live with my mom anymore. I have like big girl bills. I'm 25. I have bills I have to pay. No way in hell I'm gonna accept a job for $7.50 an hour. They wanted me to go through like a 6-month training process because that's what they do with everyone and blah, blah, blah. And while I'm in class, I'm not allowed to take any clients, and I'd be working for $7.50 an hour. I told them that's really unacceptable. That's not okay with me. I told them the bare minimum I would be comfortable making would be $12.50 an hour. And if they can't give me that, then I understand, but I have to move on. So finally, 2 weeks later, I shit you not, 2 weeks later, after I'd kind of written off this whole situation, this was email correspondence, I had kind of figured, you know, 2 weeks have passed, they clearly aren't gonna hire me on for $12.50 an hour, $5 more than what they had originally offered me. Then 2 weeks later, HR girl calls me back and is like, all right, we'll hire you on at $12.50 an hour. You got it, girl, but like, please don't tell anyone. So now I had the option of I could go work here. However, I would still be taking a pay cut from the job that I have now if I left to go to this one. I would still be taking a pretty significant pay cut if I were to take this job. I would basically be playing salon bitch for about 6 months. I'd be doing other girls' shampoos and errands and all sorts of stuff I just really don't want to do. And I would honestly be in a much more negative environment, and at no point in time was I ever excited about that. After much deliberation and many talks with my husbands and bosses, husband and bosses, there we go. I decided that it wasn't the place for me. I decided I didn't want to work there. It wasn't gonna work out for me, so I told them thank you, but no thank you. And honestly, I feel really good about that. I'm very excited about that. Like I said, I'm more than happy with my job right now. I'm not feeling unfulfilled in any way, shape, or form. 2 things I learned from that experience. 1, always ask for more money, especially if the number sounds ludicrously low to you. Especially if it's a big company and a big corporation and you know the money is there, ask for more money. 9 times out of 10, they will say yes. Second thing I learned from that is say no when your gut tells you no. The whole time I had a bad feeling about this place. I wasn't excited about it. The girls were really negative. I just didn't feel like it was gonna be a positive environment for me. So I went with my gut. I said no, and I'm super, super, super happy with that decision. So that is the biggest life update I have, is I turned down a salon job. We aren't really planning on Baton Rouge being like our forever home. My husband is in grad school at LSU right now, and he's hopefully gonna graduate in like a year and a half tops. This is my mother-in-law texting me because my husband's phone is dead. Why is your phone dead? Plug your phone in. Every boy ever, plug your phone in.
Well, we miss you. I know Adam misses you.
Like magic, my husband is calling me. Hallelujah. Sorry about that. I had to talk to my husband. I'm sure you didn't notice I was gone for 20 minutes. So another update in my life is I know I made a video entitled I have no friends. Not really still true, ironically enough. I guess if you put things out into the universe, no, I'm just kidding. I don't believe all that. So I have recently kind of learned how to be a friend again. Hear me out. I feel like I kind of forgot how to be a friend because I have been screwed over and burned so many times in the past, and I just really couldn't let tiny petty shit go anymore. Anytime anyone did anything to me, I was just like, I'm gonna take this to the grave. However, that's not really the case anymore. I don't care, life's too short and all that jazz. And I hate to be super cheesy, but working at the place that I work at has kind of showed me how to be a friend again. I'm saying all this, but at the same time, I just got screwed over by one of the girls who I thought was my friend at work. I disclosed something with her I probably shouldn't have, but I said, hey, please keep this between us. Don't tell anyone else, XYZ. And of course, the next day at work, I have a coworker pulling me aside saying, hey, so-and-so is telling your business to everyone. Don't tell her anything. And I'm just like, oh, I was very naive to trust her, I guess. Our first time hanging out, I guess I shouldn't trust people for a little while until I get to know them better. Lesson learned. Moving on. I recently exchanged care packages with my friend Erica. She sent me like Japanese candy and I sent her all my favorite things from the place that I work at. So that was kind of really fun and exciting, and I definitely feel like we are friends again, or still have been, whatever. I also just received a random awesome package from one of my good friends, Summer. We have been friends for years and years and years. Weirdly enough, at this point in my life, I've probably been friends with Summer the longest out of anyone that I know, which is crazy. Because everyone else I'm more on like an acquaintance level with, but I would still consider Summer a good friend of mine. I love her to pieces. She's awesome. But she sent me a present that was just like so random, so unexpected, so appreciated, so uniquely me, where I'm just like, you get me, thank you, oh my god. I just opened it literally like a second ago and it made me want to cry my eyes out because that was just so sweet of her and so nice. I feel like I have friends again, which is a crazy thing for me. I have always kind of been weary to have friends because I feel like I put a lot of effort into friendships, and just to be honest, I'm very, very sensitive, and when that effort isn't returned, I get very upset, I guess. I get upset easily. But I've kind of found over time that like, I just need to let that go. I need to just be friends because I want to be friends and not always expect to get like the same thing out of it. Do you know what I'm saying? My husband and my mom are definitely still my best friends forever and ever and ever. We are planning a trip home and I could not be more excited to go hang out with my mom and see her for a little bit. Very excited. Also excited to go see my mother-in-law and my father-in-law. Just a good time all around. But yeah, it's just kind of weird that like since I put that video out, I honestly do have a couple of friends now and things have changed. That's just life. Things keep changing. I definitely consider, this is gonna sound so cheesy, I'm sorry, it's just that way sometimes, but I definitely consider you guys my friends. Anyone who watches my channel, anyone who supports me, you are my friend. That's just kind of how I feel, is anyone who supports my goals and my dreams and my passions is a friend of mine. Thank you guys so much for listening to me and being here for me and talking to me in the comments. All those things brighten up my day more than you know. And I know I'm like a baby YouTuber and like the pool of YouTube, I'm like definitely in the kiddie shallow end. I understand that, but just know that your comments and messages, everything, your support means so much to me. If not more to me now, because I am such a small YouTuber. So thank you so much to everyone who supports me. I feel like that was just about everything I had to say and update you guys with. If we're gonna get real on a personal level, I guess I could go through and tell you, I mean, this is why I have no friends. I'm such a TV addict. I love TV. I watch TV all the time. If I'm not sleeping, I am working. If I'm not working, I am watching TV. If I'm not watching TV, I am sleeping. In that order. I saw somebody tweet that and I was just like, yes, amen, forever. I have been obsessed with Bates Motel. Oh my God, Oh my god, Norman, you're so crazy! I love Bates Motel so much. Fell into a dark Bates Motel rabbit hole on Netflix. Seasons 1 through 4 are on there. They are currently airing season 5. It's actually literally on right now because it's Monday and it's 9 o'clock. It is literally on my TV right now. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Love Bates Motel so much. Rewatching Dexter on Netflix for probably like the 4th or 5th time in my life. I don't know, I just always go back to that show. I love Dexter so much. I am very glad that I didn't get into Dexter when it was airing because I don't think I could have not binged it. I want to watch every episode back to back. Also, Teen Mom, obviously, I love Teen Mom forever and ever. My husband hates Teen Mom with a fiery passion, but I love it to pieces because I have no drama in my real life and I love watching their drama. I don't know why I still watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians because like I read about their lives online and then 6 months later it's the same shit on TV, so I don't really know that I should be watching it anymore. Kind of whatever for me. I know there's other things I'm not thinking of right now, but that's what's on the top of my list right now. Bates Motel, Dexter, and Teen Mom. Super random, I know. I am going to go eat my dinner now and call my husband back. I hope you guys are all having an awesome week. Thank you so much to anyone who's watching this or anyone who made it this far. If you did make it to the end of this video, leave a comment down below letting me know a TV show that you're obsessed with or a TV show that you could just like watch forever and ever. I feel like I have several like that. Dexter, Friends, Grey's Anatomy. Oh my god, if you haven't seen Grey's Anatomy, do not watch past season 10. The writing just goes to shit, and I'm not talking about like all the main characters being dead and all that. Yes, that's horrible and tragic, whatever, but the writing just gets horrible after season 10. Don't watch past season 10. Just don't do it. I feel like I'm just rambling and I could talk about TV all day long, so I am gonna go now. Thank you again so much for watching. I love you guys all so much and I hope to see you next time. Bye guys.